Welcome back, everybody. This is Robert from Black Belt Gaming. Let's get ready to rumble. We've got a bit more solo test gameplay here of the Marvel Heroic Roleplaying system. In my solo game, I've got Spider-Man versus Venom. Well, if you remember from last time, Spider-Man was down on the streets below where Venom came swooping in from behind on a swing line, slammed into the back of Spider-Man and got him into a nasty chokehold. Continued his swing, carried Spider-Man up into the air and hurled him off, landing him on top of a nearby building. Venom lands right in front of him, and they're about to have their exchange. Well, here we have our scene. We had a negative alteration. That means that where Spider-Man was there before, taking down the thug that was robbing the liquor store, Venom made an appearance. Now we're up on the rooftops, and it's windy, and there's a bright sun in the sky. Spider-Man was caught off guard, unable to sense Venom's approach, and has suffered a D6 physical stress. The Doom Pool is holding at 2d6, and the Spider-Man character has 2 plot points currently. Previously, I did several videos running down Spider-Man's data file. Well, here's a peek at Venom. We have over here his affiliation. He works best solo, so he's going to be getting a D8 from there. Here are his distinctions. Remember, these can be either a D8 or a D4. Brutal killer, unrelentingly savage, and vengeful. And right now we're going after vengeful. Symbiote. This is going to give him enhanced durability, superhuman reflexes, shape-shifting, a swing line, and wall crawling. He's got claws, he's got the ability to wrap around his opponents, and he's got a weakness here, sonic vulnerability. But this particular write-up of Venom is based around, Mac Gargan, who used to be the Scorpion. And so this particular person that's inside the costume used to be the Scorpion. So he's got superhuman durability, superhuman strength, and stamina. If there is a pool that includes Scorpion powers, you can replace 2 dice of equal size with 1 stepped up die. Some kind of focus ability here. And then there is a limit. Limits are common in any power set. And then we've got his specialties here. So if we just count up the dice, if we were to take 1 from each area, we've got 1 from here, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you may have noticed that last time I took an extra die. And what I did there was I took a character distinction, and then I took a scene distinction. And that's something I read about online. It was a modification to the rules by the creator, and it's actually in print here in the Civil War event book, which I have. It says using scene and character distinctions. Normally you can, in the previous rule book, the very first rule book I have, you choose 1 distinction. It's either or, a scene distinction or a character distinction. But this was causing, I think it's written maybe right up here, it was causing players to really not make use very much of scene distinctions. So it says here that you can add a scene distinction and a character distinction to your die pool for free, so long as you use each in a different way. So you can't have a D8 and a D8. You need to do 1 at D4, which allows you to gain a plot point, or if you're the watcher, you get a D6. And then the other at a D8, and that's what I did. Alright, let's say that Spider-Man is up next. And let's say he rolls up into his typical Spider-Man crouch. You know, he's in his pose there, faces off against Venom, who's now baring his claws and teeth and is ready to pounce on Spider-Man again to finish him off. And let's say that Spider-Man decides to make a few wisecracks about Venom and how, I don't know, insignificant, unintelligent, and weak that he is. So Spider-Man's trying to mess with him a little bit. Alright, well here we go with Spider-Man's data file, which I've gone over quite in detail in previous videos. We're just running down here, picking the appropriate affiliations, distinction, and powers and specialties. This is going to be an attack by Spider-Man, but not to inflict physical stress. He's attempting to inflict emotional stress on Venom. So affiliation is a D8 for being solo. Distinction, we got a great one here, wisecracker. He's trying to make fun of him and taunt him. Powers. Well, what I'm imagining here is that Spider-Man lets Venom make his leaping attack. We know claws bared, teeth, long tongue out. You know, he's coming in just to tear Spider-Man apart. And Spider-Man's going to use his superhuman reflexes. So let's add in a 10. And then he's going to let Venom make another lunge, and he's going to attempt to use his swing line to basically zip or pull himself from one rooftop to another. And Spider-Man's trying to buy some time, and he's trying to get Venom to chase him. And then inflicting this emotional stress, not only just trying to tick him off by bobbing and weaving and flipping around and ducking and all. We're going for emotional stress. I could go with acrobatic, but really what he's trying to do is hit him emotionally. So I actually need to use a lower die here. I need to use the Psych Expert. I think that's more fitting. So we'll go with a D8 on the specialty. Now, if Spider-Man were just simply standing still and attempting to insult or taunt Venom, I probably wouldn't be using his spider powers, but I kind of have this in mind. So he's trying to physically irritate him while shooting out these wisecracks and taunts. And so since I'm already playing an RPG solo, I don't want to totally lose my mind and go through all the dialogue line by line, so I'll stay focused on the mechanics here. So we're going to go down, and I got one more option maybe down here. The push or stunt. I don't know. Maybe for now, I don't know. I might as well. Why don't I spend a plot point, and I'm going to try to get a stunt die. Stunts usually come from your specialties, and I think I'm going to try to use the kind of a psychology stunt here to find out where this Venom character is vulnerable. So maybe he's going to make some wisecrack about how he couldn't cut it as Scorpion, and he had to steal another villain's show, steal his identity in order to try to be anything in the criminal world. So I'm not the most avid comic book reader, so I don't know exactly how Scorpion became Venom, but we'll just say he's trying to taunt him somewhere there. So this is spent. That's going to leave Spider-Man with just one. But we got our die pool. Let's go ahead and put these together. How many dice here? We got 6. And let's see what kind of result we get. No ones, which is great. We do have an 8, and we do have some 6s. Well, this is pretty good. We've got a D10 here. Wow, that would be a great level of emotional stress to inflict on Venom. Let's see if we can make it count. Why don't we go ahead and spend our other plot point and add in another 6. So we're going to put those dice down and to the side. We're going to say we're going with a D10 effect die. So there we go. So I'm just going to make a note here for Spider-Man here on his emotional attempt to inflict emotional stress. He got a 20 for his number, and he's got a D10 for his effect die. Alright, I was putting together the pool of dice here for Venom for his reaction roll. We've got him solo, vengeful, swing line. I debated about what to use out of his scorpion powers and if anything was appropriate. I basically imagine Venom using his swing line to chase down Spider-Man. And at any opportunity where he sees a chance, he's going to attempt to just flatten, with a swing of his fist or his arm or a kick of his leg. He's just going to try to knock Spider-Man out of the way and get him down on the ground where he can finish him off. And so for his specialty, combat expert seems appropriate. This will be the reaction dice that are rolled. We also get to do something we haven't done yet over here, which is this little box here, Opponent's Stress. Spider-Man was hurt, and he has a D6 in damage, so we can basically add in a D6 here to the pool. So here we have Venom's dice pool ready to go, and I'm just looking at special effects to see if there's anything here that would be useful. Let me think. I was looking at Venom's data file and we see claws, but I don't know if I can technically count this as an attack action. This is a reaction roll, so this is about attack action here. He is kind of attacking, but he's not the, he doesn't have the initiative at this point, so maybe that's not the right way to go. Down here, however, in the Scorpion powers, it just says that if a pool includes Scorpion powers power, and we are using superhuman strength, you can replace 2 dice of equal size with 1 stepped up die. So let me zoom back or zoom out. Well, we've got some D8s there. And we've got some D6s here. Why don't we remove these 2 D6s? Because all of this is the pool, right? So we'll remove these 2 D6s and replace those with a D8, if I can find another one. Yes, I've got another one. So there we go. That will lower our chances of getting a 1 on our roll, because we're rolling less dice, and give us a better chance of scoring higher than a 6. So this is going to be our pool using that special effects focus. And let's roll for Venom. This is his reaction roll. Alright, so we got a 10. I got one kind of on the corner there. That looks like a 6. That's a 16. We could have a 16 with a D8 effect, any of these. Why don't we take the lowest one? A 16. The number to beat on the roll was, I believe it was 20. That's right, we have to beat a 20, so we can't do this with this roll. This would be a failure. But we have some options. Remember the Doom pool, we've got 2 dice here. 2 D6s. Why don't we ask the GM emulator if they're going to use one of these to add another D8. Alright, well I've got in a question here, add a die. I guess I'm going to put the probability on likely. Remember, this is a reaction roll. So let's just see what happens. I'll keep it on likely. Is he going to add a die to the doom pool? Yes, exceptionally. That means absolutely no question. Oh, we have another random event. Interesting. A new character is introduced and is involved with bestowing of intrigues. All right, let's think about that. All right, I've really been thinking about this one and how to interpret it. I think I need to find out something. Before I introduce a new character, I need to find out basically if they're friend or foe to Spider-Man. So I'm going to hit done. And I'm just going to type in the word SM for Spider-Man, friend, and a question mark. Spider-Man friend. And I'm going to put this totally at a 50-50 because I just don't know. So if it says yes, then it's a good guy. If it's bad, it's another villain maybe. We'll see. Yes, exceptionally. So it is a friend of Spider-Man. Maybe a buddy has shown up. Let me think about who I might want that to be. Alright, so I got a little something neat coming into the story thanks to that GM emulator there. We were holding at 16 with a D8 effect, and we were wondering if we needed to add another die. And we can spend a die from the Doom pool. The GM emulator said yes, so we're going to add in another D8. That's going to make that roll higher than Spider-Man's 20. So that's going to give him 21. So actually Venom is going to win this this confrontation here. His reaction roll is higher. Now, I think this is just really a sure thing. I think I want to go ahead. I don't know. It is the last dice. It is the last die. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this though. I think Venom is in such a rage that he's going to go ahead and spend his last Doom die to make his reaction roll a counterattack. So let's imagine here that Spider-Man quickly shot out some webbing and quickly pulled himself off the top of that roof. And Venom was right behind him. And as Spider-Man is swinging from building to building, Venom is using his webbing to stay right behind him. And as soon as he gets close, Venom takes a swing, perhaps smashing concrete, breaking windows as Spider-Man is dodging between building and rooftop to rooftop, hurling insults and taunting Venom as they go. But Spider-Man's damage that he took from the attack has slowed him down a little bit, and Venom manages to knock him out of the air and send him crashing once again onto a nearby street. So Venom, there in red, has got a 21 on his reaction roll and paid the necessary price to have this reaction roll work as an attack, a counterattack against Spider-Man. He not only caught up with him and avoided Spider-Man's attempt to inflict emotional stress, he also managed to inflict some more pain on Spider-Man. Spider-Man's effect die is higher, so as it was before, that's going to knock that D8 down one step, and that's going to make it a D6 instead. So over here, Spider-Man had a D6 of stress already. What happens when he receives another D6 in stress? Well, it just steps that up one step because it's not higher than. So therefore, that's going to move that up to a D8 in physical stress for Spider-Man. Alright, the initiative is supposed to go back to Venom now to make his attack. But we have introduced a new mystery character, and it is their turn. So here we have a Doom pool put together with affiliation, distinction. We've got a character distinction as a negative, and then a scene distinction as a positive. So one of each, scene and character, used differently. And we've got power, we've got specialty, and then down here, spending the plot point that they started with, we've got a stunt die. So basically we've got an attack on Venom about to take place by this mystery character. And let's see what happens there. Here goes the die roll. We do have a 1. And what was that, a 5? Alright, we got 2 7s. That's probably going to be our result. Too bad we couldn't use this D10 as an effect. We rolled a 1 with it. What we do there is we get another plot point, and then we're going to get a D6 for the Doom pool, because the Doom pool is completely depleted now. So that's a sure thing that that would happen. So 14 on the result. I would say a D8 for the effect. And then, let's see, that was a 4. Before I modify that, let's make sure this is how we want to do it. A 14 D8 on the effect. Why don't we go ahead and spend one of those plot points, and let's spend it to add another die to the total, and that's going to help us a little bit, take us up to a 19 with a D8 effect. So Venom's got to make another reaction roll here. Alright, here we go with Venom's reaction roll. We've got the dice pool assembled. This little skull and crossbones, it's a D6. I put it that way because we're using a scene distinction, a character distinction against us, and a scene distinction in our favor. The scene distinction in our favor is listed as windy, and that's going to affect, because basically Venom just knocked Spider-Man down, and Spider-Man kind of skids along the street and then rolls and gets up on his knees and sees Venom coming in again to make another attack. And then, despite the noise on the streets and the cars and the people, a loud boom is heard, a gunshot is heard. And we're taking Venom's reaction roll to see if he gets shot here. So, having a projectile coming at him, windy, is going to be used in his favor. And because he's so focused on trying to kill Spider-Man, we're going to have vengeful here used against him, actually distracting him. So then we run down, we've got durability. Venom oddly has durability listed twice. Not only does the suit give him enhanced durability, but being Scorpion gave him superhuman durability. So doubling up on the durability there. Some characters do that. Even Captain America does that. Captain America is more durable and can take more damage than a regular person, and then he can also add his shield, which has like a D12 durability, godlike durability. And then what do we have? Specialty, I think we went with acrobatic expert to attempt to dodge the bullet. So I don't roll this D6, that's going in the Doom pool to try to get us a die back in the Doom pool there. But target to beat is a 19. Well, we might be able to do it. We've got a 10 and an 8. We do have a 1. And that's an 18 by itself. We'll take that D8 as an effect. We'll think about whether we want to add in another die, because we did earn a D6 there from the roll. But we have a D4 with a 1 on it, and let's think about that. Alright, I've typed in the question again. Since the Doom pool does have a single die in it, I'm asking the question again, are we going to add it? And I've left it 50-50 because it's the last die in the Doom pool. And the answer is no. So, this attack is going to be successful. That means that the shot with a 19 is greater than the 18, and the D8 effect is equal to or higher than the effect die here, which is a D8. So that's full damage to Venom. Venom is going to take D8 physical stress. Well, what kind of hero would be taking shots at Venom with a rifle? Well, maybe you guessed it. It's the Punisher. As a obsessed vigilante, he was tracking Venom before Venom was even tracking Spider-Man. And once wrapped up in combat with Spider-Man, Venom took the shot and manages to nail Venom in the shoulder for D8 physical stress. Well, Spider-Man's been roughed up a bit, but now so has Venom. And Spider-Man's affiliation die is going to change from a D8 to a D10 now that Punisher is on the scene and is working with him as a buddy against Venom. So Venom is up next in the initiative order. Stay tuned for the next round of combat as we see the Punisher and Spider-Man try to take down Venom.